guys, this is my guest coach of the week here. We've got here Crimson Cruz of CT Martial Arts. Thanks for having me down, dude.
Thank you. Thank you for coming down.
Ricky's a really cool guy. For those that don't know, have seen these rash guards around lately. Ricky is actually the guy that inspired this design and the name of this rash guard, the SRP, the Slick Rick Performance. So if you ever wonder why it's called SRP, Short Sleeve Rash Guard, it's because of this guy, Crimson Ricky Cruz. So Crimson, tell us a little bit about yourself and about your school here at CT Martial Arts.
Yeah, so we're located over here in Ocean Reef by Morris Shopping Centre. I've been training Brazilian Jiu Jitsu for 12 years now under my sensei, Professor Grayson West, over at Legion 13 Cannington. Most of my stuff come from him and his guys. And I met Luke Francis, the guy behind Humble Fightware, through work, and I introduced him to Jiu Jitsu, and he's never looked back, and here he is now with Humble Fightware.
So if you think about it, without this guy, there would not be Humble Fightware happening right now, and there wouldn't even be Luke. Wouldn't be Luke training as well.
Yeah, exactly.
You introduced Luke to Jiu Jitsu, is that right?
Yeah. So we were working one day, and we got into the conversation of, what do you do for fun? And I said, oh man, I do jiu-jitsu at Cannington, and one day he just asked me, can you take me to your club?
Yeah.
And that was it. I took him to the club, and
yeah,
he fell in love, and he never looked back.
Yeah.
We not also did we work together, we did jiu-jitsu together, and also with jiu-jitsu, obviously being a high belt yourself, you do a little bit of cardio and weight training.
Yeah.
So we also did weights.
Yeah.
Okay, so we worked together, we did weights together. We also played hard together.
Yeah.
So that's how we met, and that's how our journey began.
Nice, because so believe it or not, if you think about it, if it wasn't for this guy right here, if it wasn't for Crimson, there wouldn't be any Humble Fightwear, and Luke would have never had started his BJJ journey.
Who knows where he'd be?
Yeah. So this guy's pretty much the godfather of Humble Fightwear, pretty much. That's where it all started here. But you were telling me before in our previous chat that you used to work together, but you used to train and do weights together, because your background before BJJ was actually bodybuilding.
Yeah. So I before I did jiu-jitsu, I was heavily into my bodybuilding. I was going to the gym like 4 or 5 days, 5 nights a week, and one day I walked into Legion 13 in Cannington, and I rolled with this guy. His name is Mike. His surname is Lee. And he was the spitting image of Jet Li from Lethal Weapon.
Oh, yeah.
Was it 3 or 4?
Yeah, I believe 3 or 4, and it was in the 1.
Yeah, so it was him, and I'm only 157 centimeters tall. So I'm not a tall dude.
Yeah.
Right, so that, 5'1", 5'2",
yeah.
maybe.
But you were heavy back then, weren't you?
I was heavy. I was about 85 kilos. I had no neck.
Yeah.
And I had.
Just let that sink in. 85 kilos at 5'2", 5'3". So you were pretty much a fridge.
Yeah. I was fridge. So I met this guy named Mike Lee. He was a little bit shorter than me, and he was like a skinny little guy.
Yeah.
And I rolled with him for the first time, and he just he armbarred me, he put me in a key lock, he put me in a triangle, he put me in the rear naked choke, and that was all in the space of 3 minutes. Yeah. And I thought, what the hell is this sport? I tried to power out of his armbar, and I just
biceps already.
I couldn't power out of his armbar, and it just really infuriated me that this little guy was just overpowering me, and I got so frustrated that I was powerless. Yeah. And I signed up 2 days after, and here I am now, 12 years later. I'm still training jiu-jitsu, still under Grayson West, and now
black belt as well.
Doing an interview for Humble Fightware.
Yeah. So tell us a bit more about that. How as you mentioned before, for those that don't know Crimson, even me, we're not very tall guys.
No,
you're about 5'3".
Well, you're a little bit taller than me. So.
Slightly. So tell us what advice would you give to other guys or girls who are a bit smaller, a bit shorter, who feel like, don't know about Jiu-Jitsu, I'm too small, there's too many big guys out there. What advice would you give to the smaller guy who wants to succeed and do well in Jiu-Jitsu? That's worked for you over the years.
Yeah. For me, I would force my opponent to expose himself. Okay, so I do that by creating movement and implementing mobility, so I could get things at minimal, exertion. So, for example, like if I'm on top side control, I don't want to put pounding pressure because I'm not a heavy guy. Like I'm only like 65 kilos, post-COVID. So, yeah. So I'm just loose on top, and I get them to come to me. So I wait until they make a little bit of a mistake, and then I keep them guessing. I'm moving, to the other side, or I move around to the legs.
Yeah.
And I want to eventually chase their back. So I'll be getting a lot of success chasing the back. Because if I was going to put the key lock on, it takes for me a lot of power to just force it up on a big guy. And most of the time, a big guy would just force themselves out of it.
Just bring the arm back.
Bring the arm back, and you've just used 90% of your power.
Yeah.
And then you've got to spend the rest of your 10% trying to defend.
Yeah.
So instead of doing that, I'll just be loose and try and get other advanced position on them. And like I said, I want to try and take the back, be like a backpack, and no one's going to power out of a choke.
Yeah.
Or a bow and arrow.
Yeah.
Okay, so that would be my advice. And another good advice that I've seen other people also over the years is, smaller guys are afraid to roll bigger guys, and I was one of them. But you won't learn anything from just rolling guys that are your size.
Yeah.
What I would say is just be careful who you choose. Pick a big guy that that's not going to hurt you. Okay, and you'll learn a lot from them. You'll learn how to move. You'll learn when to move. You'll learn when to defend, and it only makes you a better jiu-jitsu player when you verse somebody your size and your strength.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't be afraid.
Awesome. So that was actually really good there, Crimson. If for those who want to saw the move a little bit earlier, he put this Ezekiel choke on me, and trust me, it was tight. It was good. But you'll find Crimson here at C2 Martial Arts. And what suburb are we in?
We're in Ocean Reef. We're next to the Beau Morris shopping centre.
So you'll find Crimson here at Ocean Reef. Great gym, great space, awesome students. Had a good chat with him earlier before during class, and Crimson's a great guy, really friendly, really open, and I really thank you for letting me into your gym to have a cool chat to explore your game. Thanks, man, and give some advice to the listeners out there, and share a bit of the story, especially the beginnings of Humble Fightware as well. So thanks a lot, man.
Thank you very much. Yeah, anytime.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, guys.